everybody. Thanks for sticking around to watch another episode of Two Grumpy Reviewers. Today we're going to be talking about the movie The Unforgiven, directed by Clint Eastwood. The man, the myth, the legend.
He is that.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
Definitely. To anyone out there who truly appreciates a good Western, this is definitely one of the films that ranks really high up there.
Great.
Right? I mean,
Yes.
it was directed by Clint Eastwood, written by David Webb Peoples, and it stars Clint Eastwood, Gene Hackman, Morgan Freeman, and who else?
Richard Harris is in it.
Richard Harris. Who was the gentleman who played? What's his name? England Bob or British Bob?
That's Richard Harris.
Oh, Richard Harris. Okay,
Yes,
I'm sorry.
yes.
Okay, I apologize.
Yes, he played English Bob.
Okay, he played
Yes.
English Bob.
There's a lot of people in this. You know, Clint Eastwood's ex-wife was in this.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
And this is one of my all-time favorite Westerns. And I love Westerns, but this is up there. When somebody says, "Hey, what are your favorite films?" without thinking genres, this movie pops into my head.
It definitely,
I love this movie.
Definitely ranks right up there.
Yes.
The premise is fantastic.
Yes.
An old
washed up
gunslinger is called upon as along with a couple of his friends, a couple of recruits, to get vengeance back for a hooker. Basically, they were
prostitutes. Yeah, that's what they were.
Okay, maybe not the term hooker, but prostitutes. I mean, to get revenge for a prostitute that was cut up.
Yes.
You know, her face was cut up. It was a horrible ordeal that she had gone through. One of her Johns attacked her and cut her up really bad. And of course, the sheriff of the town, Gene Hackman, is a real douchebag and doesn't really do a whole lot to avenge this poor woman because, of course, she works at a brothel.
She's a hooker.
Right, she's a hooker. And, in the Western age, they had no value then either. It's really sad. But anyhow, they hire these...
Well, all the hookers get together. Yep. They pool their money.
To hire these men.
Of course, back then, everything was by rumor.
Yes.
So they just kind of spread the word that they had this money.
This bounty.
Offer.
A reward.
To, basically to avenge her. And because they find him, I think, in the movie, like a pony or something.
Gene Hackman's character.
Yeah, they originally find him like a pony, and
all they did was say, "Well,
right." He basically got a slap on the wrist.
Right. The owner of the saloon, who also ran the brothel, obviously, Gene Hackman's character, the sheriff, instead of really punishing the guy, he tells the two men who were responsible for hurting this poor woman, "Okay, well, now you owe the owner of the saloon 5 horses or 5 ponies, and you owe him 2 because you were a part of it," or what have you. So that was the slap on the wrist they got, which was absolutely ridiculous. But it sets the tone for what's about to happen.
For why they get mad. And why they're like, they pool their money together, and it's great. I mean, it's the journey, the characters,
the character dynamics are great because it shows that the characters are flawed.
Yes.
They're not perfect.
They're not.
They're not these highly skilled badasses that you would normally expect in a lot of Westerns. They do it a different way, and it's very entertaining. It's very...
Well, they're older at this point. Even in 1992, which is when this movie was made, they were aging actors.
Yes, Morgan Freeman, Gene Hackman, all of them.
And and Clint Eastwood, they were old men, when they made, they really were. They're old men now, but they were old men then. And they show, these aging, cowboys.
Right.
And which you have to appreciate because Clint Eastwood comes from, the spaghetti westerns, not quite back that far, but still, from when we were kids, he's been on screen since before we were born.
Yeah, the golden age of westerns.
Yes, and it was way back then, a fistful of dollars, and, all of them.
The good, the bad, the ugly.
Yes, these are great films, and this is a movie that really shows them aging.
Yep.
and it's phenomenal. It's, to me, perfectly written.
Yep.
It's perfectly cast.
The cinematography is fantastic.
It's
I love
amazing.
I love all the angles they use.
Yep.
It's done in a very film noir fashion.
Yes.
So it's very gritty, makes you feel like you're really there. I love the way the camera angles really play up the sinister
it does,
look of the
and
characters.
The darkness in some of the scenes. They really went with, not well lit scenes, so you get this very dark feeling in a lot of the scenes. And I think it's perfectly written, and the way they delivered their lines, Clint Eastwood and Morgan Freeman playing off each other, to me is cinema perfect.
Yep.
It's perfect.
And I especially love a lot of the subtle comedy throughout the movie. Because you can't really say it's straight up comedy. It's the subtle comedy.
Well, they have good one-liners.
Yeah, good one-liners.
They've got some good snappy...
Good timing. It's just great. And the gunplay is definitely there. That's everybody always looks forward to the gunplay.
Oh, of course. I mean, there's nothing, you can't have a good Western without, a good shootout in it.
Yep.
And it's, if you like any of these actors, if you don't know who some of them are, Richard Harris is, he is from the Harry Potter films. He was the first Dumbledore. And he passed away in 2002, so he was taken over by another actor. And he was also in Patriot Games and Gladiator. These were 3 movies that I think a lot of people will go, oh my gosh, he's that guy.
That's true. Didn't he play like one of the high dignitaries in Gladiator?
Yes,
he was one
he
of
did.
the high level dignitaries?
Yes, he was. And it's, if you watch, these are older actors that have a huge library of films behind them. Huge. And very few films that you would look at and go, oh, that's bad.
Right.
I mean, these are men that have impressive resumes in film.
Yes.
From, acting, directing, producing. These men are, their body of work, I think, needs to be admired. And this was a movie for me that brought them all together. And it was like, oh, they're all on film together, And this is before Harry Potter. This is before, Kiss the Girls for Morgan Freeman, and this is before, Mississippi Burning, for Gene Hackman. And, these are movies, this is a movie that brought these great men together, and Clint Eastwood, as the director, allowed them to shine.
Yep. No ego involved whatsoever.
None.
You can see it.
It's impressive. Yeah. He gave everybody good screen time.
Yep.
And each character is important.
Yes.
And
you never feel like Clint Eastwood is chewing up the scene,
like hogging up all the film.
Yeah.
He gave his ex-wife, he gave her a great part.
Yes.
And she shines very, very, very well. And we don't see her in a lot of films. You can see her in Gone in 60 Seconds. And she's done some other things, but nothing like this, where she was allowed to truly shine as an actress.
Right.
And but yeah, he's very selfless as a director.
Yes, he is.
And I think this movie kind of showed that.
Yeah, no, and Clint Eastwood is definitely one of my all-time favorite actors and directors. The guy can do both. He can do everything. He's very talented. He's one of those. He's one of those few actors that actually has a little bit, talent in all areas. You know what I mean? He's just a solid, talented guy. You know what I mean, in Hollywood.
Yes. My daughter loves him, and I'm like, dude, he's an old man. She's like, he's hot. He's sexy.
I think we all love him.
I think we all do too.
And the strange thing is, I still have a man crush on the guy. The guy, he's still, to me, he's like, but that's Clint Eastwood. I mean,
just look at his son. He's hot.
Well, yeah, that's true. What's his name?
Is it Scott?
Scott Eastwood or something? Yeah.
He is
good-looking kid.
Oh my God! Looks just like he is just his dad. Like, oh my!
Reincarnated.
We did not have to lose Clint Eastwood as far as the jawline goes. We still got it in his son.
He still has the scowl. He passed on the scowl.
He's a little prettier than his dad.
Yeah, but he still has the scowl.
He does.
He does have his father's scowl, so that's awesome.
But this movie, oh my God, Unforgiven is in my top 10. When you don't talk about genres, this movie does pop into my head.
Oh yeah, and I mean, because regardless of genre, it's just a great film.
It is a great film.
You know, you're entertained. You're entertained from frame one.
Exactly. You are that's
entertained. I think that you were entertained.
And I do like how they kind of set it up. They give you a little bit there in the front, and then in the end they gave you a little bit.
Yeah, and it tied it up nicely.
It did.
You never felt like there was any loose ends or anything. You never had any questions as to what happened to this character. Well, what happened here? Well, there's no resolution here. No, they tied everything up nicely.
In a nice bow.
Yes, and they presented to you
in a perfect film.
Yes, exemplary fashion.
If you don't like westerns, you should see this.
You still need to see it, regardless of genre. It is a perfect example of writing a good storyline with engaging characters and subtle comedy to help keep the audience engaged. You know what I mean, without losing them.
Well, and Gene Hackman is wow.
Yeah.
His delivery for any movie that he's in, whether he's a jerk, whether he's funny, he is, because you loved him in Superman.
Oh yeah, well, he played Lex Luthor.
And that was the 1978 Superman.
Yes.
But we have to say that because they have
to have that frame.
There's a new Superman out there that this generation may know more about than they do about our Superman.
And truthfully, you may look back at Gene Hackman's portrayal of Lex Luthor and think to yourself, "Oh, this is cheesy." Well, yeah, because it kind of was. I mean, back in the 80s, I mean, superheroes were more cheesy because they weren't taken as seriously as they are today. I mean, you have to consider the way things were back then versus today. Today, when they make superhero films, they get very serious about them. I mean, they have their comedic timing or their lighthearted moments, but for the most part, it's taken very seriously and sometimes even a little dark.
Well, they are. I think back then, because things were more innocent back then, they went with kind of the more watered down
comic book style. They played it safe.
Right. Now they're more of what I picture more of like graphic novels as opposed to very just comic booky.
This is true.
They're very dark and very, like you said, very sinister and very, serious. So back then, they got to have fun with them.
Right.
I mean, the first dark superheroes we saw, and we'll do a review on it, is Batman.
That's true.
With Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton was the first really dark Batman. Yeah.
So we will definitely do those for you guys because we do love those generations. And but this movie, Unforgiven, directed by Clint Eastwood in 1992, is perfect filmmaking, in my opinion, and perfect script writing.
Yes, it is solid all around.
All the way through.
If you don't own a copy of The Unforgiven, you owe it to yourself to add it to your collection.
You do.
Definitely.
Absolutely. So do you want to add anything else?
No, that's pretty much it. I mean, it's
perfect.
It's cinematic greatness.
It is cinematic greatness. Okay, everybody leave your comments below, whether you like it or don't, or if you want to see something else from us, comment below and like this video and subscribe so we can keep doing this for you guys every week. We will see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.